Anime fans, One Piece fans, what's good? The answer to that question, of course, is One Piece. One Piece is what is good. And today, we're going to be going over the facts and the evidence and determining how strong is Amaru.
I can do it on my own, but sometimes it gets cold like...
Now I just want to say before I really get into the video, since he's both called Amaru and Enel, I'm going to be using those two terms interchangeably, most likely. So now let's just get into the video. So one thing about Amaru is that he is very underrated. He's one of the most underrated characters in the series. People give him credit for being strong, but they don't realize how strong he truly is. One of those reasons is he doesn't have armament haki, so people will get down on him for not having armament haki. And yes, to go against other Logias, or some other Logias I might add, since lightning zaps a lot of things, haki or not. To go against other Logias, he would need armament haki, but even so, he is a beast. So the first thing that Amaru has is insane observation haki. He has the second strongest observation haki in the series, in my opinion, if not tied for the most strong. So we know category he can see into the future. Enel can't do that, but what he can do is have pinpoint observation haki. He was sensing everybody in like a mile radius and was able to zap them with lightning, a specific person of the hundreds and thousands of people there, to zap one specific person he heard talking about him due to his observation haki. He can hear that many people, pinpoint the one person talking smack about him, and then pinpoint them and zap them. That's a combination of insane devil fruit control and insane observation haki. So that's one thing you gotta respect about him. Nobody has observation haki even close to that besides possibly Fujitora or Katakuri. Definitely Katakuri, and then also Fujitora, since Fujitora is blind and his observation haki allows him to do so much. So those are the only two people that could compare. But even so, that observation haki is utterly insane. Now, as I said, he doesn't have armament haki, and that might put him at a disadvantage. But let's just look at the things that Devil Fruit can do. So first of all, he moves at lightning speed. I know he doesn't do that all the time, but it's the same with Kizaru. Kizaru can technically move at light speed, but he's not always going to do that for the sake of plot, right? So Enel can move at lightning speed, so he's one of the fastest characters in the series, possibly the second fastest character in the series. So that's another crazy thing about this guy. He can restart his own heart, so if you take him out and he's about to die, he can restart his own heart and get right back up and keep fighting. Like, it's crazy. His lightning can get up to 200 million volts. Now that is insane. Now I know like Zoro and stuff, they were surviving the lightning bolts, but that was plot armor. 200 million volts of lightning just going on you. That's gonna hurt. If you're not a Logia, then you're just in a world of hurt. Even if you are a Logia, say you're a Logia like Caribou, I'm pretty sure lightning would still hurt you. And that's not even close to all the things he can do. So the 200 million lightning bolt things, that's insane, and that makes him very, very powerful. But the things he can do with this lightning, his devil fruit control, is possibly the best in this entire series. Like as creative as Luffy. So he can do a lot of things like have lightning just come down in a lightning beam and zap people, which is pretty powerful. He can melt gold and just metal in general and fashion it how he sees fit. He can go through metal, he can travel through metal, but he has two specific things that just put him on a whole nother level. Even at the level he's at, 200 million volts, I can't get over that. The first of which is Raigo, also known as Kingdom Come, where he makes a ginormous ball of clouds and lightning that can destroy a sky island, just completely obliterate a whole stinking island. And that's more powerful than King Kong Gun. That's more powerful than King Kong Gun, like in size and in destructiveness. So that is another crazy thing about him. But then the most impressive thing this man has done is the 200 million volt Amaru. Now what's the 200 million volt Amaru, you might ask? The 200 million volt Amaru is basically a Sengoku Buddha statue except lightning instead of golden shockwaves. His lightning is completely amplified in this form. He's literally a Buddha statue, like as big as Sengoku in that form, and it's just insane how powerful this is. Luffy only was able to survive due to the plot armor of him being rubber, because if you think about it, Enel should have been able to stab him just a ton with the trident. Even if he couldn't take out Luffy with lightning, he still should have been able to take out Luffy with his observation haki and his gold trident. But the 200 million volt Amaru is so powerful. We didn't get to see a ton of it, but you could just see how powerful it was. If somebody wasn't in the form of rubber, if they weren't a rubber man, he would have been able to one-shot them for sure. Like, he literally recreated somebody else's devil fruit unwittingly, except lightning instead of golden shockwaves. And it was probably almost as powerful as Sengoku's devil fruit as well. So with all of this in mind, how strong do I think he is? The thing about Enel is he was too confident, he was overconfident, foolish, and he didn't have a lot of practice. He just didn't have a lot of experience. So that puts him down a considerable bunch, because his talents, his raw talents, and the things he has done with his devil fruit are 100% Admiral level. He has Admiral level abilities, especially if he gets armament haki post-time skip, completely 100% Admiral level. But I'm just talking strictly about from the NL we've seen, so that would be pre-time skip. I would put him between first commander level and Admiral level because of his inexperience and lack of armament haki. He wasn't quite on the Admiral tier, but again, the Kingdom Come 200 million volt Amaru, just 200 million volt attacks, and his other crazy attacks he did with lightning that weren't far behind those two big ones I mentioned are all Admiral tier attacks. The only thing is, as I said, he doesn't have armament haki and he doesn't have experience, but he's definitely first hand level. The things he's done with his devil fruit are above first hand, so I'd put him in between first hand and in between Admiral level, because I know a lot of you will be like, Katakuri can take this man easy, but I'm not even so sure, because like Kimochi withstand lightning, and I know like haki and stuff, but just 200 million volts. Will haki protect you against energy? Will it? So that's why I'm gonna put him at the place I put him at. And the last thing I'll say before I cut this video is that lots of people say Oda said Enel would have a 500 million belly bounty if he was not on the Sky Islands, so that means he's like weaker than you're saying. But like, I think we all have figured out by now, bounties don't mean strength. It's weird. Sometimes Oda uses them to mean strength, sometimes he doesn't use them to mean strength, and in the case of Enel, his feats and all of that would put him at such a high tier. 500 million seems to be more Oda saying, since people didn't really know about Enel even in the Sky Islands until he came out, Enel wouldn't have enough things in the sight of the world government to give him a higher bounty, so Oda saying 500 million was probably not on the lines of strength and more on the lines of practicality, since you can never tell which Oda is talking about when he says bounties unless you scrutinize it closer. So yeah, that's it for this video. Tell me how strong you think Enel is in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on the matter. And this dude is just overpowered, okay? I still can't get over how strong the Amaru is, Kingdom Come is, 200 million volts, just every single other attack he has. I can't remember the name, but the lightning pillar beam, I forget what it's called, but he has that as well. So yeah, also don't forget, this video is sponsored by Men's Fashion for Less. Men's Fashion for Less is an online clothing store where you can get some of the coolest clothing options, and it may or may not be sponsored by Senor Pink. You can get bracelets, watches, sunglasses, rings, shirts, and jackets for great prices. Plus, if you use my promo code, you can get any purchase 5% off. So head over to mensfashionforless.com to get some cool clothing options so you can look as cool as Senor Pink himself. Plus, you can get different styles for many of the products. The promo code and link to mensfashionforless.com will be in the top of the description. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content and only if you enjoy my content, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more One Piece content, and share this video if you found it interesting. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.